The signpost forest is Watson Lake's most famous attraction. Travelers from around the world have been bringing signposts from their hometowns to the signpost forest since 1942 and continue to do so today. The tradition began during the Alaska Highway Project in 1942 when U.S. soldier Carl K. Lindley spent time in Watson Lake recovering from an injury. A commanding officer asked him to repair and erect the directional signpost, and while completing the job, he added a sign that indicated the direction and mileage to his hometown of Danville, Illinois. Others followed suit, and the trend caught on. Today, there are over 75,000 signs in the forest, and the number grows each year as visitors contribute signs and continue the tradition. The signpost forest illustrates the historic and universal relationship between the traveler, their journey, and their connection to home. And in keeping with tradition, before we left our own mark. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. Where was it we started from? All my days run together now. Muskwa.
Yeah, that's like Muchaka Lake.
Muskwa River. We were at the recreation site there, and we drove, I guess it ended up being about 250 miles today. And now we're at Lake Watson, just inside of the Yukon. And so we're here comes the rain. I gotta go help her get the dishes done.
Just start drying.
It's dry.
Yeah, that's clean.
So highlight of the day, cinnamon roll.
And the try that again.
Oh no, that's going in the video. So the highlight of the day was definitely the cinnamon rolls. Those
and the sourdough bread.
I would drive all the way back in the morning just to get one of those cinnamon rolls.
And the coffee.
The coffee was so good.
It actually was.
It was so good.
And there's a campground there.
Yeah.
Like they have our
Why didn't we just camp there? Because we could have had dinner of cinnamon rolls.
I don't know.
And breakfast of cinnamon rolls.
You kind of have a stigma against campgrounds, let's be real.
Yeah, we are in a campground right now though, but that was
kind of out of necessity.
Not really by choice.
Otherwise Mama Bear was about to.
Yeah, we were having a hard time finding a place with a good vibe. We found places.
Yeah, I didn't say it because someone was listening.
Yeah.
That first road we went down by the river totally gave me the creeps.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, there's gonna be a creepy mansion at the end of this.
Yeah,
and someone's gonna be like, please stay and eat dinner with us.
Little voodoo juju going on that road. And then the next one that we went down, we're like, oh, this is looking good. This is looking good. And then there's a dead carcass,
yeah.
40 ravens, a couple of bears, a porcupine. It was like, maybe not.
Yeah, just didn't work out.
All right, guys, closing down for the night.
Oh, mosquitoes got crazy on
Yeah, the mosquitoes are going nuts. Rains are coming in. Well, you know why they're going nuts? Because I turned the thermocells off.
Yeah, they're fun.
Thermocells, they do a decent job. Oh, that rain sounds amazing. That's going to be nice to fall asleep to. All right, guys, let's go to bed. Nope, you can turn that off.
Ooh, you scared me. Didn't realize you were filming. Get it out here. Get it all in.
How's it going?
Good.
Don't you just love campgrounds? I just love being awake by a generator.
Don't be snotty.
Just love it. What are we having for breakfast?
We're gonna have. Oh, but I don't have the package yet. The bacon out yet.
We'll show you in a second.
Yeah, after this. And then we'll save the rest.
What kind of bread's that?
This is sourdough. But look how pretty that is.
That's beautiful.
That's just perfect.
And that's from the Tetsa?
Mm-hmm. Tetsa River Lodge. Where the amazing cinnamon roll is from.
Cinnamon roll.
Kind of want to drive back.
I do too.
So we also got some of the bacon that was there. And she said her husband actually processes it himself. So this is already smoked and cured. She said you could actually eat it like it is. But we're gonna throw it on the grill to just slightly crisp it. She said please don't burn it. So we'll probably do a minute on each side just to kind of warm it through and crisp up the edges.
Nice. All right, let's see what the verdict is on this bacon here. That's good. It's different. I mean, look how thick that is. It's like, and I bit my lip again. My mouth likes it because it's trying to eat everything in its path. It's like bacon flavored ham. The texture and thickness of ham, but bacon flavored. And then we're having some Saskatoon berries jam, don't you know?
Having a very Canadian breakfast.
Very, very Canadian breakfast to celebrate crossing over into the Yukon. Just look at that. Somebody's been feeding you, haven't they? So, fueling up along the Alaskan highway, it's different every time. Good news is there are fuel stops about every half tank, and we're running at about 11 miles to the gallon right now. So that means if you're not much worse than that, you're going to be just fine. We're carrying 22 gallons of extra fuel on top of what's in the vehicle. I have not had to touch those. Those are emergency reserves. I try and fill up every quarter to half tank just to make sure that we don't get into a situation where we gotta manually put fuel into the vehicle. A couple of travel tips. If you're going to travel through Canada, either carry cash or you can also carry a international credit card. I specifically applied for a MasterCard that has no international fees, just so we wouldn't get hit with a bunch of surprises on our next monthly bill. So every place that we've stopped so far has had the capability of running a credit card, but you can't always trust connectivity or signal out here, so make sure you have plenty of cash reserves as well, just in case the facility is having an issue. Generally speaking, they let you pump your fuel and then go in and pay for it, which is very old school, especially the further north as you go. Just read the signs that they put on the pumps before you start pumping, and that way you'll know exactly what it is that they're wanting. So yeah, just be aware of the signs that they've got on the fuel pumps, and you'll be all right. We're gonna head on up to Whitehorse now. There you go. All right, let's go get logged in.
Can I do it?
Look at, there's our 10 Canadian dollars plus a $2 coin. Goes in the slot. You see the slot? What's for dinner?
For dinner is Thai chicken soup.
That looks amazing. Now what's in that?
So this is rice. There's rice in the bottom, and then I did onion, bell pepper, carrot, garlic, and chicken, and then coconut milk, and a little bit of chicken broth. Oh, and kale.
A lot of healthy stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the bacon?
There's chicken in it.
Oh, okay.
And then avocado, which I don't think that's traditionally Thai, but we had it and I thought it sounded good in
Absolutely.
it. So
let's do it.
Yeah.
We were southern souls on a western road as the valleys climbed into mountains tall, and we wondered why we were there at all. It was the great divide and the mountains tall, singing oh, whoa, oh, whoa. We were singing oh, whoa, oh, whoa. If we find our way, we may never be the same. And if we lose everything, what have we to gain? If we don't try to go, we may never know what we were built to be. Only we can decide to cross the great divide. There were ups and downs on those alpine peaks. There was higher ground, there were canyons steep, but we made our way with our voices proud. Off the rocky walls we could hear their sound, singing oh, whoa, oh, whoa. We were singing oh, whoa, oh.
Good morning, guys. We are on the road again. And now that song's stuck in your head. We stayed last night at Squanga Lake campground. So that was the third paid campground that we've been in the whole trip. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And we're headed into Whitehorse today. So I'm gonna stock up, maybe share a few social media posts, and then we're on our way north again. We crossed into the Yukon, I guess what, it's been about a day and a half ago, something like that. Because you cross into it and out of it like 3 times on that highway, and now we're finally like in the Yukon now, working our way north. How's Mama Bear doing?
Good.
Good?
Waiting for breakfast and coffee.
All right. Mostly coffee. Need coffee. We got up early today because 8 o'clock is early for us. When the sun doesn't get dark until midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, then it starts getting light again at 3. You get what you can get. So, getting pretty excited. This is just incredible country here too. Welcome to Whitehorse. This city is the largest city in northern Canada and is considered the jumping off point for those leaving the Alaska Highway for the even more remote Northwest Territories. Whitehorse got its name many years ago when gold prospectors rushed north to the Klondike Strike of 1896 in hopes of striking it rich. Many of these prospectors traveled along the Yukon River on their way to Dawson City, but what they found here was a stretch of raging white rapids resembling the manes of stampeding white horses, which soon caught on as the name of this bottleneck collection of tents, equipment, and men preparing to test their luck on the rapids or disembark and begin the arduous task of hauling their gear along the river's edge to calmer waters. In the early days of the gold rush, over 300 boats were lost to these incredible rapids, and eventually 2 enterprising individuals responded to the need and built tramways along both sides of the river and began making their own fortunes, charging miners to relocate the provisions and potentially save them from a violent, watery grave. In 1900, construction of the White Pass and Yukon Route Railway from Skagway to a point past the rapids was completed, and Whitehorse came into being at its railhead. For years, Whitehorse continued its role connecting rail service with riverboat traffic to Dawson. In 1942, thousands of American Army personnel arrived to build the Alaska Highway. In a record-breaking 8 months and 23 days, 1,534 miles of highway was laid down. The boom ceased by the end of the war, but Whitehorse had become an important center of communication and transportation. Much like the prospectors did over 100 years ago, we have come to this remote hub of civilization to reprovision before striking out in pursuit of an even more priceless treasure in the form of memories and adventure. All right, we are provisioned up. Fuel tank is topped off. A little bit of lunch here at the park, and we're ready to roll to Tuck. We're going to start calling it Tuck because that's actually what they call it up here, and those that are familiar with the area.
So we're gonna start throwing the slang.
So we're going to throw the slang in there. It's like, oh yeah, we've been to Tuck. Yeah, Tuck's cool.
Look at this.
What's up?
Like an eye belt.
Ah, it's a blueberry snowman. And those are British Columbia blueberries.
Oh, they are? I got them at the Canadian Superstore. I don't know.
I'm just assuming.
Oh.
Oh. I guess we should look and see.
They might be.
They're really good blueberries. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
I don't know where my keys are.
They're in my pocket.
Okay.
Come get them. There you go. All right.
Now you got to put in all new coordinates because all of my directions have been to get to Whitehorse.
Time to update. Here we do. Here we do. Here we go. Here we do.
I thought you said that on purpose.
Our time has come.